like structure. I like to have a plan for everything. In episode 1, I talked about how I have a tendency to overthink and to overplan to the point that I never actually end up doing anything. It definitely requires a balance, but having a plan, having a routine, having a structure for each day enables me to work much more efficiently. For example, I, like many people, have a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. I've discovered how I spend the first 15 minutes of my day largely determines the pace for the rest of the day. So, if the first 15 minutes of my day are spent rolling over in bed for a little more sleep, the day's going to move slowly and be a lot harder than it should have been. If my morning starts slowly, it's usually because I wake up and immediately start thinking of all the things that I have to get done that day, trying to form a plan for how I'm going to do it. This usually sends me into an endless cycle of thinking and planning and not doing anything, which then causes stress, which then causes me to want to stay in bed a little longer. I found that giving myself a regular morning routine helps me to wake up and immediately start working, because I already know what I'm going to do. I don't have to think about it. This is the reason why, unless circumstances prevent me, I will always have oatmeal for breakfast and always have a quesadilla for lunch. Call me boring, but it's one less thing I have to think about. That reminds me, it's 12 o'clock, which means quesadilla montage. I tend to naturally apply this kind of routine thinking and planning to every area of my life. The one area I don't naturally apply this way of thinking to is art. I tend to feel like if I have a strict plan and structure and process for how I create, I'll limit myself and I won't be able to create as well. I don't want to give myself schedules and plans and deadlines. I want to create at the same rate that I ideate. Rhymes. So if it takes 2 days to come up with an idea, it takes 2 days. And if it takes 4 months, it takes 4 months. Now, I have to produce one of these videos every week. That's a non-negotiable deadline. But as for all the individual steps throughout the week involved in producing a video, writing, shooting, planning, editing, I don't want to give myself deadlines. I just want to be an artist and form the episode as it comes to me, and magically I'll end up with a beautiful end product on time. For the first 2 episodes of this series, that philosophy worked fine. I had just recently left my job and didn't have a whole lot on my plate, so I could basically dedicate the whole week to just forming the episode as it came to me. As of recently, though, my plan to make money as a videographer has actually started to work. I'm taking on clients and having work to do throughout the week. Work with deadlines. And due to the increase in work this week, as per the title, I nearly ran out of time to make this video. The reality is, when I get overwhelmed by the amount of work I have to get done, the things without deadlines are the first to go. This means when I'm busy with the many things that have to get done each week, if I don't have a scheduled plan for how I'm going to get these episodes done, they're probably not going to get done. And if it does get done, it'll be at the last second on Saturday when I realize, oh shoot, I don't have this week's video done. I'll slap a decent video together and get it out on time, but it won't be nearly as good as it should have been. So this means by resisting the structure, I actually end up creating worse art. I would be much better off if I forced myself to maintain a consistent production schedule. I finish writing on Tuesday, I finish shooting on Thursday, I finish editing on Friday, and then I have Saturday and Sunday as a buffer if I need the extra time. There may be times that by forcing myself to work faster than I want to, I miss opportunities to come up with better ideas. But that's one of the main reasons I gave myself the challenge of producing a weekly video series. I'm doing it so I can learn to create better content in a limited amount of time. So, from this point forward, I'm going to do my best to use structure and stick to a regular production schedule. We'll see how it goes. With that, it's 5 o'clock, which is when I do what is sometimes my favorite, more often my least favorite item on the daily itinerary: stop working. As much as I try to fight it, it is an important thing to do on occasion, and it is that issue that will be the subject of next week's episode. See, I'm planning.